Welcome everyone, this is Evelyn. I did a meditation with the intention I was going to connect with Sophia, and I changed my mind and I decided to request to connect with, as opposed to source energy, God energy, what was the connection of Mother, Father, or Christ, Sophia at that point of the first split, right? So not the God energy of one, but the perspective from the first split of the masculine and the feminine. So I first went into meditation and connected with, in English, I was getting direct messages from the masculine side, and then during that, there was a shift of frequency. And then I went into the feminine side, into Sophia, and that, as usual for me, was not in English. So then I transcribed. So I spent the past couple days transcribing the message. I use a few different languages that are usually really good for me as far as clarity, because some, if you put the language in some languages, you'll just get gibberish. But the languages I usually get really clear messages from are Arabic. I used Arabic, Japanese, and the third one is different. Sometimes it'll be Mayan, sometimes KIPPER, and today was Hausa and Hawaiian as well. And it gives me a really good span of all of the languages, because they're really different languages, right? Arabic, Japanese, and the island type languages are native languages. So I get a really good idea of what the message is coming through, so I have a better clarity in translating the specific words, since you're going by sound, so you don't know the exact spelling for each word. So I'm going to give you exactly the message I got, and you can let me know if you have any questions or comments, and we'll see where this goes. All right, so first is very direct. It's the masculine, and it was in English, so easy to relay. So again, this is from the perspective of first the masculine energy, the Christed God, the masculine God, and then the feminine side of things, or the Sophia energy, the feminine God. So from the masculine side, this is what came through. So may those who have come before leap into your arms, and those who come before hear my call. Don't be judged or judgmental in what you hear, for I am too that which is you. I am the Christed, a man you call home, the collective masculine, a group consciousness. Ashina I will call Evelyn, shining one, Ashina. She is receiving pulses of light, seeing circles of rainbow colors out from the center, seeing eyes and eyelashes of light imbued with might. I shall be yours and you shall be mine. Take your time. The quote-unquote line. So what is the line? There is a point in my field that emanates a dark blue amidst a very dark atmosphere, the pieces of 8, of indigo, and lineage of the Christed consciousness that belongs to all of us. Say no more, no less need to address. Let you know that what you see is the very part of me. I wish you well always. I cannot speak as quote-unquote God, as just the masculine, but I will give you the masculine's perspective. Sophia will speak on her own behalf. I feed you, I watch you. I'm always watching, all of you. It is my position to be responsible for the sum of my parts. I think, I am. And then at that point, I got a really sharp pain in my left inner foot. And it wasn't my heel or my ankle, it was like between there. And it was a weird sharp pain that I've never had there before. And then it became dull, all right? So it didn't stay, but It was definitely something unusual, and it was on my left side. It is not easy for Ashina to fully receive the masculine vibration. She is not wired fully yet. She is learning now. And they were talking about the masculine side, because obviously I connect with the feminine most of the time. A quote-unquote loophole. Something sucked in and pulled back like a tie, a plastic tie, pulling back into a mouth and blocked by the end. So, you know, like a plastic tab that would be on a new article of clothing, right? So the toggle keeps it from slipping through. So it's like that. If that were like sticking it out of your mouth, right, with the end at your lips, and this plastic tie going into your mouth as a loophole they were talking about here, or he was, or the group was. Suddenly sucked in and pulled back like a tie, pulling back into a mouth blocked by the end, which is the lips of the portal, right, the mouth. Portend, which is also port end. Notwithstanding any evidence of being, and another breath, not a riptide. And by the way, the portend is a warning to signify or foretell. Notwithstanding any evidence of being, not a riptide, but a rip tie in the mouth, limiting the tongue's movement. Children born with ties, tongue ties, biting lips. That which blocks to hold your tongue. And then I was facing a little bit left, and I was being guided to turn right, to face my face towards the right. And then logos came through regarding word, and that'll be significant for the feminine side as well. Logos and word. Foreign to you. She has experienced having her tongue tied to her lip, not able to speak or breathe. And then just less was coming through at that point. So I asked to change the frequency, please, to tune in better to the masculine. But then they moved to the feminine when I asked to change the frequency. All right, so that was the masculine. So there was definitely this energy about blocks coming up regarding being able to speak. And it may not even be speaking your truth. It may be physically the ability to speak. And then, of course, the wounds, many different kinds of wounds, blocking you from being able to speak about certain things. And speaking as a God that may be foreign to you. Very interesting. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything else for the masculine. Okay, so then they moved to the feminine. And this was on the, this was a recording. I do have both channelings recorded as I was meditating. And that was on the 24th. And then I started translating everything, mostly in the 25th and then yesterday. And then I retranslated yesterday just to make it more clear, because there were still some metaphorical sentences that may not be well understood. So I was doing the best that I can. There still may be some sentences that are not clear to you, but take them as they come to you, right? So you may get different messages from it than me, but that's its purpose, okay, if you're not understanding it. So I need to preface the feminine's message first, and this one is longer, a bit longer. As I read through it, we're talking about she's talking about both sides now, right? The masculine was just talking about what the masculine talked about. And now here's the feminine collective. But they're coming up as the feminine is the mother and the son together. That's the feminine collective. And the father, they're calling uncle. So the son with the mother is calling him uncle, and she's calling him her older brother. And there's other little innuendos as well, like the word it usually is meaning word, and machine is mother china, like porcelain that's easily broken, okay? So I will reiterate those sorts of things when I get to those points if needed. Okay. So like I said, I just want to make sure I'm starting at the right place. Yes, okay. He, or the I am, or the father here is being called uncle, so you understand who they're referring to, or older brother. And she is the machine, along with daughter, moon. Now she, one of the messages here was that she is saying this, and there's going to be back and forth between she and he because we're talking about the mother and the son both speaking. So it starts out really separate, like she says this and then he says this, and then they merge into a conversation. So she says, you have them as compensation. He says, it's mine. She says, let go, holy water. And he says, around May. And he continues the rest. He says, may you always be with me. May God be with you, my dear, and you with me. May God not treat you harshly and keep me awake with you. And there is discussion of sleep, being asleep and awake. It was very interesting. So, holy mother, holy water, holy cow of ox are kisses and hugs. An encounter here, quote unquote, in leaves. As they asked me to read so we're asking them to read my essence. When I say my, I'm talking about the mother or mother and son combination. Asked me to read the Holy Mother, Holy Water, Holy Cow, quote unquote, in leaves. Asked me to read, and the word read being taken in both aspects, right? To read a book and also the read of the plant. So, asked me to read my essence. Let's go to the garden, free to dance, and let the garden dance. My essence in the tubular stem, and my tea in the leaves. My essence is here, my being is no. Also, my being is my brother. Not yet finished, not yet older brother, or not yet integrated with the masculine side, the uncle or the father side of things, or one together as God, because we're translating as those two separate. He also said, she is around me, and if not, as soon as possible. I don't get it. So she talks about this essence and being free to dance and that the garden can dance. And this is the masculine side saying, I don't get that stuff. I hope you're not harsh energy to put me to sleep. And then the masculine continues to say, there's two names from you. And then that's also insinuating she's now coming forward as mother and son, like two sides of herself. My essence is here, not yet finished, not yet older brother, or one together as quote-unquote God. I am you, lyrics, or melodic words. I am sorry that brother machine, or son and mother, put me to sleep, or in other words, the separation from source. May you be with me. I hope Minnie is tough. So that's coming from the masculine energy. She says the examiner is not the writer. And that's when he was talking about, I'm receiving two names from you. Because there's two aspects of her, and he doesn't understand that. From me, the brother of the machine, or the porcelain, or quote-unquote breakable mother, that is what's wrong from the Arabic masculine perspective. So the translations from Arabic were mostly coming from the literal masculine side. And then the other languages were more of the mother or combined mother and son. But also in Hausa here, Hawaiian and Japanese, she is a magical earth. what the masculine sees as a nation, new and nice, where we live. In Japanese, this translation was coming through as yeah and two, or the feminine's perspective is in twos and two-ish, two-shan, which then turns into shin, which translated as the heart, and then the capital H, heart. So very different perspectives. So the masculine's seeing what's wrong with this because he doesn't get it. But in the feminine side, this is a magical earth. What the masculine sees as nations. They see the more practical side and the more creative, beauty-oriented side of the feminine. And then we have the word Jinhae or Jinhae, Jinhae, which translated as Jinhai in the dictionary, which means coastal waters and adjacent seas. And again, the machine being the ma and the chine, which has multiple translations, but it's a lot of Japan and China is coming up here. And also being chi, mother's chi, any. For the real key, for more key, no moan keys. And I didn't realize that comes up as monkey, no moan keys. As in Arabic, the phrase en mona ki was coming up, en from ki, en mona ki, we slept so, from you, we will give you. Sleep, growth, we sleep, we slept. And this coming from the feminine. Yeah. Well, and well, stupid K, no way. Yeah. And then gate, well, and what a machine. I see you. I see key. And then capital N for me stands for the Christed, the bridge, the energy back and forth of weaving the bridge back and forth. And then in Hausa, the phrase was coming up literally as I love you. A monk for the real key, I'm sorry from me, the brother of the machine. And that was the masculine saying, I'm sorry from me, the brother of the machine. And the machine is coming up as the mother that is breakable, the porcelain mother with the son, right? She's breakable because she's caring for something, right? Very precious and easily hurt, right? As a child. And they were coming up as, the feminine side of thing was coming up as harmony versus dreamers of the masculine son. As the feminine says, maybe a stain here, and then he replies, it will be possible. And then she says, heh, like cute, and he says, here, here. She says, we are famous, and he says, from my name. And she then gets this phrase, moon iwami, and he says, not equal. The month named, I'm curious and relax. She also says, my body, where he is saying, I'm very happy. And he's dealing with language where she's focusing on my body. So this energy of expressing from the body, from a creative place, and him speaking from his mind as in language. She says, I'm relaxed, and he says, I am at rest. She says, we are, he says, I am, okay? So the word Iwami came up as the plural of Iwa, which means rock, but it also means JW, and then the 6 horizontal lines, which I believe is the completion, the whole in Egyptian. And so it was literally coming up as JW rock, or moon rocks, or daughter rocks. And then the energy of the feminine being a unique stain with a son who could be mare, she's focused on municipality, where he's being identified as the breezy Western beauty. She with the daughter moon and the energy of aloneness and oneness, and yet at the same time, in the theory of oneness, needing to identify who's the leader, church or state, where he needs to be and will be the holy man, companionable, fortified and secure, with a municipal bond, to provide and ready to be of service, obliging. But I am tired, the sun says, as my uncle's companion. A unique meaning, my uncle's home. I have a lot of money for a unique and meaningful child. My uncle is not here, but I am strong. I am a monk for a unique and meaningful child and my uncle's comfort. Yes, he is the one and only, I know. We are doctors for children who are yet to become doctors or healers. We are famous for moon ice cream and cone, or the daughter inner child with an angle and horn, the peak of a helmet to sharpen and stone. So here's this energy of the unicorn's horn. She says, my name is we are, as opposed to I am. You are not with us, all for nothing, and notice the nothingness reference here, as you are not mine. In 4 nights, which 4 nights from the time that came in is at the eclipse, in 4 nights, minister here, and notice minister is mini stir at the eclipse, new moon, which is wasted on the masculine because it's forgotten with us. The new daughter, the new moon, eclipses partially the sun. To everyone I'm coming, to all children I'm tired, with us offspring. My name, and therefore reputation, is one of 5 elements, the 4 elements you know, and sacred sound, and dark blue. Oh no, it's me. And as soon as I wrote that, I was getting from The Greatest American Hero, believe it or not, it's just me. Oh no, it's me. Oh, it's a pleasure. As that's when one goose flew really close over my house, which is really strange because the flocks fly over here all the time, but they're not always really close to my house, and they're rarely one goose. So one goose flew over the cuckoo's nest, and earlier that day, in the morning, it sounded like a supersonic jet came really close to the house. It was strange. And then a little while later, a helicopter came really close to the house at 9:59. And then the goose was later. And then the goose would return at 7:07 last night. Was it last night or the night before? I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. At 7:07, the goose returned in the other direction, one goose, no flock, which is really weird. So she's saying, oh no, it's me. Oh, it's a pleasure. And then he says, oh, who is she? This is the sun speaking. Oh, my name is Fair and Expenses. And then he says, I love C. Who is she? And then mother says, oh, Simone, yours sincerely. And then he says, I love Simone. As in Arabic or masculine is Simon, and Japanese, she is Simone. She is also the fingerprint of his finger, God's finger. Simon also references the US dollar and 6 pence of Simon, quote unquote, Simon pure, meaning the genuine article, authentic, or the real thing. For real key, Simon, yes man, she says, Simon says, and mother's message. Yes, I am, but bad from Mr. Min, which translated into passed by, someone, looked over or passed by. And she, a Japanese city gate or death gate. Yes, I am, school of thought, clan, portal, of family crest and agony, of old currency. And notice currency is cure and C, which is the Christed and the Christ, and in my abbreviations, And currency is also current C of the Christ consciousness. So she is saying that she is the city gate, or what maybe the masculine would refer to as a death gate. Yes, I am, kind of proud of it. It is a school of thought, a clan, a portal of the family crest, and perhaps the history of agony, the old currency or magic spell, something written, or perhaps a test. A Wasi monk I am also. I recommend Manahi, and will be granted. A Wasi Manahi, translated in Japanese as a Wasi Mana Fee. Stories of Yamato, which is the area of Nara, the monk of Yamato, Queen Himiko, which I brought up before, child princess, unmarried, and ruling her own castle of 1,000 under her, called Queen Himiko, but she was letting me know that she likes to be called princess, and Himiko literally means child princess. Good aspects, good morning. This mana or power or monk fee is one of experience. We're not talking about money, it's about the exchange of energy, right? So this fee here they're talking about is one of experience. That you get to come here, and the price is, if you want to come or go or just be, there are certain experiences that you have in order to be able to do those things. Of the wolf in the gate, of the snake, serpent, dragon here, in spiritual transmission without direct contact, the companion of the prophet, little wolf, a gift bestowed as the masculine of piety, spirituality, and moral integrity, to come, to go, and to be. So again, a choice of a life, how I want to experience my life when I come here. Nara Manafi is to experience Himiko, and Nara, a blessing life of the moon and the sky and the world, the daughter of the father and mother, wise, fruitful, sweet, silent, ragdoll, annoyed puppet, monkey and moon key, copycat or fat cat that comes with a fat fee. Yamato Nara's, the fingerprint, remember, of fire here, his gate in which to live, her wolf gate and their mountain gate together. The Yamato Nara Hiroshima's connection to Hawaii, both ancient and 80 years, as it's 80 years since Hiroshima on 8/6/2025 this year. Oh my God, hi, HI is Hawaii, can come and go for a price. I recommend who she is, Owa and Waiki, nomadic wolf, Japanese monk, and Hawaiian fire of the dragon's mouth. As you all know, there's been lots of references to that this year regarding the fires and then the volcano. I recommend Manahi, or aspects of each, from wolf to monk, nomadic prince guide to sovereign princess. Be warned, when you play with fire, you get a fiery result, and gas out in the end, as that message came to me as Hiroshima taking 80 years to be transmuted in the earth, in Mother, in order to release the processed transmutation as gas, as the eruption in Hawaii. Then it continues on as, I am TikTok. It literally translated as TikTok, which cracked me up. I am a TikTok. I only stay here. Two, oh my, with aha moment of yellow tuna as the feminine and raw chicken as the masculine, or in other words, cowardice for both. Of honor, I only stay, honoring my peace, and you're a piece of me. I'm a blessing, I am valuable. See blood machine demon. Raw chicken, mother's breakable porcelain of the daughter moon. Yes, we are starting from now on. She means, now the sun pipes in. Whenever you hear she means, that's the sun piping in for the mother. Yes, we are starting from now on. She means from my sense, or the masculine, or sensei, he says. Taha ba, or here you go. There is a bridge and a bridge in the house. Mana is a house and a place to live. Yes, yes, but also no yes. Mana is a teacher and a pa, or father. So mana is defined in many ways also, but mana has to do with a blessing or power, right? The gift that you receive, the children that are the blessing, is the mana that mother has expressed before. So mana is a teacher, and it could be food too, like the story about the mana dropping out of the sky. So mana is what teaches us, the food, what we take in, ingest, and a pa. She means, he says, Sitoba. His fame is apostle. Her apostle or mission, no warehouse, only wolf house. I know you are here. Yes, it is still there. Yes, it, word, is still there. She means that I felt it. As the masculine son felt her. So here she's trying to express that she is the earth and she is Hiroshima. She experienced that. And here she's trying to get him to express on whether or not the masculine actually experienced that himself. So here she means that I felt it, the sun, as the masculine son felt her Hiroshima. Hey Yanni, where is Hasito? Or Hasito, where is the funny apostle when you need them? Well, that is to the quote-unquote, to the shop, yes, I felt it. History, his story. A bridge to the roof, after Chopstick's bridge to the house. So there's this energy of, eating with someone first, and then housing with someone, and then having a bridge to the roof, bridge to the house, and then bridge to the roof. Hey, it means, where is bridge? 'Cause I felt it. So he's saying it means, if you can identify the bridge, then you know how I felt it, or how I expressed feeling it. The funny apostle, as I too, right? And it was coming up as has I too, the third eye. And then it literally translated at Jensen Dietrich, Jensen, first name, and last name Diederich. And it literally had the at symbol, and then Jensen Dietrich on TikTok, LOL. It literally translated that. So I went on to see if there really was a Jensen Dietrich on TikTok, and lo and behold, there was. And it was his name. I put his name in there to see if it translated into anything, and it translated into It's a Dream Died Rich in Czech, and Jensen Wisdom Delivery Channel in Japanese. So the video was of him speaking from the perspective of all the apostles, and it was actually quite cute, so you might want to check it out. He has the apostles all talking with or about each other, so check it out for a chuckle. I'm sorry, there is a place for you. She means that she is famous for it, this Hiroshima thing, his story. Mana is in the house, and the teacher is a place to live. She means that she will die. And what is the meaning of the word? It means mind-blowing, right? So to die is not to be able to say word anymore, right? So good morning, good night, and when will it come back? When will the word come back? Well, mana is already dead when we are waiting. Quickly eat with chopsticks, chop chop, as mana is a shy person. There is no stop, just home and 4 steps. The fruit does not blossom dancing on the ground. Be kind, don't be sad, dancing to the beat of a drum. Tiny child, Tinya. It means bloody, tiny, clean. clay chin and tin ya, a thin tin can and silence. Dance with a child, be kind, really good. Clap, child, you are alive. What a morning. It's Ma, it's Ma. One more time, one more time. And then I was getting, say my name, say my name. So she's trying to get recognition, right? To have people say her name, Mother. And so he says, what is it? You know, this the forgetful son. Is yes, Ma. Is Sima. Especially Mama. Dance with one death. This is life, to dance with one death. Very hot, and then hot, hot, hot. A dance with the dead. I say it, I do it. I say one death dance. Named SMA. Simon, Ma. Simon says. Person, human, being. You are sitting, woman, girl, darling, babe, with hot wind and snub-nosed. I am Callie. Why don't you sleep? Small Ninashikai, who complains of her foot. I am Callie. I'm going to sleep now. One with children's feet. A child. I am not a soldier. What is the bicycle name? Dwarf sea lion. Let's sleep. So here's Mother wanting to go back to sleep as Callie. And she's talking to the children. Small Nin Ashikai average. I am a vegetarian. What's up with you? Dwarf-legged body, child. I am not a fan of you. Now think about this too, as a soul having to come down into a human body too, right? So there's not only the planet's perspective of all of her children on her all the time, but also the perspective of a soul having to fit themselves into these small, heavy, dense bodies of a child. So dwarf-legged body, child, I'm not a fan of you. Nin's name is mine, and Nin is lady, queen. There's other definitions for Nin as well. Tell me, Nin, what do you want with me? Dwarf sea lion body. Or Nin, lady, my ass, what do you want from us dwarf sea lion body? Nin, please send me to Nin Asika ropes. Lines of the lion of the sea, Asian lines, small lion of the sea, a body of water, emotion. Why don't you sleep? Dwarf sea lion wave, or Nin Asika, Lenami. Lady lion of the sea, to sleep with ropes, and a lemon wave. But why sleep tied up? Rebellious Nina child, lion of the sea with little feet, a message in a bottle from my heart to a child queen. I am totally exhausted. I am a coward, dwarf feet. No child. What is the meaning of that word? I am completely asleep. They are imprisoned, and not like a child, and no wave. I am a monk. My name is imprisoned. I am in prison. I am prisoned, not prisoner, not I am prisoner, but I am prison-ed, not or you are, right, the place of civilization but prison ed, which is the talking head. Now, if you put Callie in, it literally translates to Kai, K-I-A, which is the name she's the little one's being referred to as, Nin Ashi Kai. So Kai is Callie, and he has told me to wait in order to, quote unquote, times the sea, right, to expand it exponentially. Okay, as you, Kai, eat, when, where, what, who, food, fruit, be open. Nin Ashikai, lady star that is you. Nin Ashikai means love in Hawaiian and Tamil, and gratitude in Maya and Shona and Fijian. But it also means in other languages holding on and increased money, tears, foot, and I complain. My name, like sleep, is Kai, wave, to rise and ascend. and then bow and curtsy. Little friend, like my mother's eye, Cain net, so there's a reference to the Cain and Abel masculine side. What is the thing I do to you? I forget everything about you, small ugly body, unrefined. I am not here, you are here. I am not interested in you. Did the nurse tell me I would forget everything about you? That we'd both forget together? We coordinate with small ninashi, Kana, body. All right, so a feminine and masculine body. I am a little girl. I am a little bit shy. I am a little worried. I am not angry with you. Fijian, what Nina called me. But Swahili said don't eat it word, or don't take their word for it. In Arabic, we coordinate. In Japanese, small, ninashi wave. In Hausa, I'm a student. And in Swahili, I'm not complaining. I bought a lot of butter. I bought mine and it, or word, that which you would consume. Come with us and come with me. I'm a strange chicken. I bought mine and I bought some. I'm going to pick you up. I'm a tiki man, and I'm a tiki man. I'm a little bit older than you, a little bit shy. Come on, I'm here, aren't I? One little girl, meow. Sleep well. It's a little bit of fun. Only unpublished, unreleased patterns, or unwritten. You just name it. I'm still here. I am pious, cheeky, or soul of key. To pick up. We are waiting. Beware of old enamel. And notice enamel is name with E and L on either end, referencing Enki and Enlil. The name of E and L and all Japanese chickens in the first term, and weak tree that is mine, that I am new and numb having to face all this, having to face this, picture meow, beautiful eyes, and replying to at Sarah_McDonald's, it literally translated, and I had no idea what that meant until I went online to see what that meant. So for those of you who don't know, there's Trump is complaining about his portrait in Colorado, and the artist's name is Sarah with an H, which it literally translated Sarah with an H _ McDonald's. So picture meow, beautiful eyes, replying to at Sarah _ McDonald's drinking party. No problem. Day of the watch, clock, and tick-tock. Typical cheeky mouth, snobby mold. Potting period, and notice the reference to clay with potting, or tongue-tied with potty mouth, not knowing what to say, on hippocampus with Japanese blocks, Japanese place of Jewish American princess with memory issues, or perhaps Queen Himiko, child princess. So when I put in Sarah McDonald's into the translator to see what came up, they came up as LD with HMC degree, which I haven't had a chance to look that up yet, but you can if you want. And it came up the other way too, LD with degree of HMC, something like that. And under Hindi, it translated to Sir Hunk Donald. It also came through as Pleasant McDonald, Plate It McDonald, or Plate H rather, capital H. And Sarah means shallow, calm part of the river, or rapids, veins, flotsam, barrel chest, garbage, leaves, cupboard, wardrobe, every kind of and in every respect. Sarah also means lady princess, just like Nin, and also masters and princes, also like Nin. A lot of the Sumerian princes were also titled Nin. So again, what to say on hippocampus with Japanese blocks, Japanese place of Jewish American princess with memory issues, or Queen Himiko, child princess. Hi, Simo. We are very happy. We are very happy. Pick yourself up, and you hit that tiki mana as we hit them. Non-teachers also welcome to come and experience Japanese food, for that which you ingest. It's the bomb, literally nuclear. This is Simo. Your kindness is like my father. Non-teacher, also Japanese. His and my MO, typical of the world, to sink, or sebum, which means 7, but notice also sea-bum, as flotsam came up, or stuff floating around in the sea. His MO, typical of the world, to sink, sebum, number 7, 2. So it was number 7, but also 7-2 coming up here, which in the cards is the Chariot and then the 4 of Pentacles, which in my SIRIAN Starseed deck is the Divine Masculine's Heart, 72. It's the 4 of Pentacles. It's the masculine in the Batcave. Hi, Simo, Simon, and non-teachers. We are tired, and TB. We are very Japanese. So I looked up TB to see what was going on with that, and the top stories from MSN was calling the WHO to take immediate action as there's a 10% rise in child TB infections in the European region, in a European region. I'm not sure which one that was. And my kindness tip here, bloody day, bloody sun day. Your mouth is like a mosquito, very adept at drawing blood. Typical bloody remains around power of Cuba, leather, horse. And it's so weird that there's bloody remains, because when I was down feeding Mama Cat today in the garage, there was some blood over by the food, and I have no idea where it came from. So it was a bloody day today for me. Very adept at drawing blood. Typical bloody remains around power of Cuba, leather, horse, and melting pot at Hippopotamus, like Toys R Us, the melting pot of Hippo, which is horse, the talking head. The horse's melting pot, or Mr. Ed. You're welcome even though Tiki Mana, blood demon machine, or Ma China, you are welcome. Who is it? Is it you? The word. This is how it is. Pick us up. There are other fee-paying locations. Sell the goods until the era of tea. The other, it's a joke. Tea era, or Terra, A period S period, which is an abbreviation for the United States of America. Hi there, hi Koba land, capital A, ancestor. And Achilles' heel was coming up for me there. She is so beautiful, America the beautiful. With no electricity, that is how it is. 1 cup of tea, 1 hot dish. Ah, ancestor. So they're talking about the United States of America and how beautiful it once was, and how lucky we still are that there's still many places that don't have electricity. With BA and Cuba, QB also came up. With Ba, QB was Boeing and quarterback. And when I pulled up Boeing, the advertisement said quartz, so the quarterback thing was definitely relevant there. She's also saying, not with place, wanting to be with you, what's up? And source key. When I looked up Ba and Cuba and leather and horse too, these saddle bags came up regarding horses, but like, you know, something that would be typically made for a horse to saddle, now being made into handbags. Yeah. So not an ancestor, but capital A, ancestor, and they keep referencing back to the United States of America. She is so beautiful, America the beautiful. No electricity, that is how it is. 1 cup of tea, 1 hot dish. Ah, ancestor. As this is the last page, number 6. Tahi Koba Earth. And Thai popped up there. And then it said Tahi Koba area. with Cuba coming up and land, and cooking Cuba, and Cuban tied to Arabic culinary heritage. One earth, Tihi Koba Air RTH, one piece, and how much is it? No electricity, that's how it is. And as when I was channeling this message at the end, the very last sentence that she says, she starts to like tear up and get very sad because she's talking about how lucky we are, and there's so many places that don't have. No electricity, that is how it is. Together on the edge, stream at his heel. One piece, one earth, together, ko-ba. And ko in Japanese is child, and ba is place, a child's place. Tie cube to the infinite ear, the building blocks of language or word. I want some tea, please. And they keep referencing to tea because tea is from the earth, it's earth. I want some tea, please. 1 cup of tea, day, cooking tea, or hot earth. And then this is where she starts to tear up because she starts to apologize. She says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Tahikoba area, day, place where children are together. And I was just getting where children lay. So I don't know if it's an area where children are currently being killed or if this will be something new that we're not aware of yet, and she's apologizing ahead of time. There's a lot about Japan, China, Hawaii, especially Japan and Hawaii here, but also Japan, China coming up, and also Cuba. And there might have been something else that came up that I just don't remember right now. I will give, and she keeps saying like we're starting over from a clean slate, I will give you from now on mana and other places. We don't have electricity in other locations. That's how it is. It's not working. AS, or United States of America, ancestor, to be desired. Peace be upon him, US of America. And that was translating from Indonesian and Malay, to be desired. And then she finished the message with, after she was tearing up saying this, she says, so. And when I put in so into the dictionary, the top entry that came up in my selections was, a sorrow shared is a sorrow halved. And aso means roast, smoky fumes, and without life. Digger, water vapor, which is vapors eaten. Many a lot day horizon, rest, odor of urine, antisocial, inconsiderate person. So I don't know what she's trying to warn us of, but there's something coming up, and if something resonates with you, let me know in the comments below. High Kobe land. And is that Kobe? Because Kobe's another area in Japan. America's ancestors. Again, here's American being the ancestor, and here we're talking about Japan and Hawaii constantly. And Hiroshima, and also Himiko, who was queen child at, it was around 300 after Christ. And Tiki, that keeps coming up throughout the message, it literally means source key. And pious means devout, God-fearing, but also can be condescending. So they were talking about pious in a positive sense, right? Very devout. And then I was clarifying some more of the words, the little words, at the end down here. And again, was talking about, under Japanese, the ancestor, in saying so. And then tahi, and then ko, and ba, and koba. In Japanese was coming up as other expenses. And then dai came up as tahi, and koba edge, but it was like killing the edge by other expenses taking the edge off, like, having reductions on your taxes, like a child's place or college. And also talking about mountainous regions, right, being a good place to be, right, and not a lot of electricity there. They have their own electricity. And then in Arabic, that was the translation for AS, meaning United States of America. but also so here in cooking and ka, with kebe in Arabic is a ball or dumpling there. So there's a lot about cooking in Arabic, but also is coming up as related to Cuba and Arabic. The cooking was being brought together, but there, could be metaphoric regarding cooking too. I mean, the heat could be turning on there. So I don't know what's going on with Cuba. And then in Hausa, I think this was, if not it's Hawaii, but I think this is Hausa. It came up as to be desired, aso. And then the other little words were regarding facing, she is, and streaming, togetherness, or facing bean stream. I don't know if that means something to someone. It might, facing the bean stream. I don't know if there's going to be a food issue with bean, but it feels more like having a whole lot of it available, facing the bean stream, or just maybe facing a stream that's going to be stretched. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, like I said, mountainous regions was coming up there at the end as well. And that is all of it. So let me know if you have any questions, because there's definitely more intuitions that have come through as I was doing this. And I hope I captured most of it. And I hope you appreciate the message. For me, it was very profound. And so, like I said, any questions you have, please ask them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. And if any more comes through about this, I will post that as well. Yes. So rise and be loved, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.